Hello everybody, I am Omega Recon Gaming. Omega, why are you so late on this? Well, my PC was in the shop, and I couldn't do editing, so that's my excuse. Sorry. So, here's a very late coverage on E3. I think E3 still, I think it's over. I think it's officially over. I could be wrong, but I'm done. I've got all the information I've needed. I've categorized it. I've got it all listed, just like I do every year. And so here we go. EA. F. Moving on. Bethesda. No. Okay. Here's why EA failed. I've already gone into it, but I'm going to go over it really quickly. Just, if you want a more in-depth look, I go into it a lot more in my angry rant for Bethesda, for EA. I apologize. But overall, Star Wars looked bland. Yeah, it looked bland. Come at me. Alright, what else? The presenters sucked. Some of them I could barely understand, especially the FIFA ones. I couldn't even understand. Their accents were too thick. Everyone had problems, so don't get angry at me. Get angry at EA for hiring terrible presenters who can't speak the language that most of the people that are listening in on this conference speak. And that's English, motherfucker. No apologies for Anthem, nor any screen time. Oh, I'm sorry, it got 2 minutes. And it wasn't dedicated to it. It was just random out of nowhere, where a guy was just a Anthem developer. Maybe he was a developer. They said he was, but he could have just been some random guy off the street. They just paid to just be there. You maybe not even been paid. Could have just been some guy. They just pulled, and he was just like, yeah, Anthem. Yeah. There was no apology. There's just nothing. It's just insulting. And what's further insulting, they kept talking about the passion they have for developing their games. What conference am I at? EA's conference? The passion for the games they develop. The FIFA and Madden games that they pump out every year with barely any changes. Less changes than a Call of Duty game. Less changes than an Assassin's Creed game. But the passion. Child gambling. Passion. There's nothing else of worth. Move on. EA gets an F. You already knew that. This was their worst conference ever. I'm not even joking. I hated this conference so much. It really got under my skin. And then the following conference that happened the next day or whatever, or maybe it was later that day, I can't remember, was Bethesda. Now, weird little detail. Remember last year when I said I passed out in the middle of Bethesda's conference because it was late at night and I was tired? The same thing happened again. And unfortunately, it was right before the press conference had its most interesting thing, Doom Eternal, so I had to watched the conference again the next morning, and since I was tired, I made sure I watched the whole conference again from the beginning to make sure I didn't miss anything because I was sleepy. This conference got under my skin, and I am not a huge Bethesda fan, even though Bethesda is in my state, Bethesda, Maryland. Shame. I still respect for what they do for Fallout 4 and the Doom, but what the Okay, so Doom Eternal looked awesome. I'm going out of order for this one because reasons. Doom Eternal looked awesome. Alright, Todd Howard, take it away. How much detail did Fallout 76 have?
15 times the detail.
So, Todd Howard and the multiple other developers that got up on stage spouted so much lies. I'd be here all day with showing all the clips. There's just so many lies. They had more lies than EA, a company notorious for how much lies and bullshit they have. And Bethesda doesn't need to lie. Why can't they just be upfront and honest? They get so much respect for it. That audience was 100% paid. You cannot convince me because they cheered for no reason. They got excited for no reason. They got excited for a fucking mobile game. A mobile game and Electronics Expo. I get it. Okay? Mobile games are our thing. But don't show it off at E3, especially if it's a free-to-play. Jeez. Can I go back to the 90s when video games weren't as popular? Okay. What's the next thing? Commander Keen. Mobile game. But don't worry. Bethesda have this little gem in their conference. After their many lies, they spawned this one.
At Bethesda, we, like you, love mobile games.
Do you need to hear that again? I think you need to hear that again. But you know what? I won't subject you to hear that again because of how angry that probably just made you. Hopefully, you did not throw your very expensive device at the wall after hearing that line, because it made me want to do that after hearing that line. My friend Matt, we watched E3 together. That line infuriated him. He's not a Bethesda fan. His sister is. His older sister is. But that line infuriated him. Because, like... And that's just funny because out of everything that just infuriates him, it's that infuriates him. Not the other lies. He's like, well, yeah, the other lies were bad, but that was just blatant. I was like, and the other things weren't? He's like, yeah, but... That just sets me off on another level. I'm like, I agree. That one was probably the worst one. The fact that Todd Howard did not apologize for Fallout 76. In fact, the community stayed with them. He's very proud of that. Uh-huh. Oh, and instead of fixing the game that's still broken, what are we gonna get? An update for the game that's adding in human NPCs, what people asked for since the beginning of the game, and they're pressing it off. People cheered about this. Oh, and that's not it. They're adding Battle Royale to Fallout 76. Isn't that exactly what you wanted? Isn't that exactly... Maybe we should have Doom Battle Royale. We should have Halo Battle Royale. We should have Pokemon Battle Royale. Oh, wait. We already got that one. But still, that gets an F. Moving on. Ubisoft. You did so well last year. What the fuck happened? Sure, your presenters had energy, and I respect that. And you opened strong with Watch Dogs 3. I mean, Watch Dogs Legion. Lots of gameplay, lots of interesting things, including permadeath, which I hate, but for some reason, it didn't bother me here. I don't know why. But I hate permadeath. And for some reason, it didn't irritate me here. Maybe because there was a huge amount of characters that they were showing off, including our grandmother killing people, a retired assassin. I freaking love that. That was so good. Ubisoft. I know you got the Tom Clancy writers, but pump the brakes. There were so many, and I just didn't care. I liked Wildlands. I thought it was pretty okay, and The Division's okay. But pump the brakes. I'm serious. You need to calm down. God, there were so many good... Like, I'm a big fan of, like, gun games and whatnot, but you need to calm down. Roller Champions, Rocket League with people, but still interesting. I wanted to play the demo, but my computer was, of course, in the shop. Otherwise, I would have gotten this video out much earlier. What can you do? Ubisoft didn't really have that much. They didn't have Assassin's Creed, which was surprising. No Skull and Bones, but they already said they weren't gonna. But it's just... Oh, there's a Division movie. On Netflix, apparently. Or maybe Apple TV, I don't know. There was one of those ones that was gonna be... I don't know, Netflix had a weird, like, kind of integration into this, E3 experience. I just didn't care for any of it. Well, one of them did, but I can't remember the name of it. Where it had that developer dude. Where it was, like, starring him. Mythic Quest. So, Ubisoft has a D. Square Enix. They were okay. Final Fantasy VII Remake. That looks so good. I've never played Final Fantasy VII, but it looks so good. So, and then there was other Final Fantasy remakes and re-releases, so I was like, alright, that's cool. Maybe I'll try them at some point. But alright. Here's the big one. Dun, it's Marvel's time to shine. And it was... I mean... Alright, here's what I took away from it. Graphically, it was interesting. The story was interesting. Captain America, I think it looked like he dies, which is... because Captain America's so boring. And Black Panther wasn't there, so that was a victory. No Hawkeye, which that sucks, but I'll sacrifice Hawkeye for no Black Panther and Captain America. So, there was no gameplay. Hashtag deal with it, Jonathan. And overall, I really wanted the gameplay because I want to know what I'm paying for. Because I'm probably going to end up buying this. It depends, because I waited for Spider-Man and I bought that one later. Did I buy Spider-Man? No, I bought it later. When it was on sale. I think. I can't remember. Anyway. I was always pushing this idea for a game. I think I even stated that Square Enix, go back to my Spider-Man playthrough and check to see if I said that. Because I think I said, hell, I get Square Enix to do it. Or some trusted developer to do it. And Square Enix was picked, along with Crystal Dynamics, the makers of the Tomb Raider series, which suck. Come at me. They didn't have the real actors, disappointment. However, I kind of figured that would happen. So the replacements are the ones from the TV show, Avengers Assemble, and so that's not that big of a loss. It sucks, yeah, but it's how it works, so I'm fine with it. I gave Square Enix a C. Microsoft time. So, Halo Infinite looked cool. I always love hearing the Chief. Project Scarlet, the new Xbox. So that was interesting. Psychonauts 2 looked interesting. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, made by the same people who made the Ninja Storm series. Yes. Yes! Victory! And it's gonna be an RPG! Yes! It looked great. But besides that, a lot of games didn't interest me. Cyberpunk 7... I'm not even going to try. It's Cyberpunk. I'm just going to call it Cyberpunk. With Keanu Reeves! That was probably the highlight for most people. Keanu! It was really cool having them there. He felt very natural on stage. He had a few good memes. So, that was cool. He had a lot of energy, and I liked him. But however, they had a lot of games that just didn't interest me. So I gave Microsoft a C. And now for Nintendo... Hold on. That's better. Anyway. Actually, I was wearing that underneath my shirt, ruining the magic here, but it was very hot, so I deserve it, okay? I love the shirt. It's comfortable. Also, it's an exclusive shirt from what I got from my trip from going to New York. Don't judge me! Nintendo had the best conference. Okay, let's just get into it. Welcoming the new president of America, Doug Bowser. They had this cute little scene with actual Bowser. I really enjoyed it. It was really cute. Doug Bowser didn't have much to say, but it was good to see him being introduced. They introduced the new president. Our body wasn't ready. Oh, wait, I'm not religious. Why would I do that? Let's whip out the games here, baby. More game for Link's Awakening. Awesome. More gameplay for Pokemon Sword and Shield. This came after. See, it had some stuff before E3, so a lot of people won't count that. However, during the Nintendo Treehouse, a lot of people do count that. So they showed off a lot of stuff in there, which I caught some, I didn't watch the whole thing because I don't want to spoil myself too much. But new Pokemon and stuff and cool stuff that people got to try out. You bastards. I'd kill to be in your position, though you spent thousands of dollars, so have fun. I mean, you probably did. People finally got their Animal Crossing, and it looked interesting. Maybe I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'll give it a review. Astral Chain. I don't know if they know how to market this thing. Because the dubbing is weird. I don't know. Like, I feel like I think they need to work on the lines of that. Maybe it'll be fine. It's Platinum Games. I trust them. A lot of people said from what they played in the game through that the game is fun and that the doesn't do it justice. So I'm gonna see it when it comes out. Another good exclusive for the Nintendo Switch. So in Smash news, Dragon Quest and a fake out. Oh, that really got me good. That really got me good for Banjo-Kazooie in Smash. Yes. Even though I don't really care about Banjo, I'm really happy that he's finally in Smash. I'm happy for the people who do really enjoy Banjo-Kazooie. I played Banjo-Kazooie game, 2 of them. One of them would be Nuts and Bolts, which is not that bad actually. It's bad, but it's not what people say it was. Anyway, and then finally, they brought their ace to the diamond. Breath of the Wild. sequel. Fuck. Yes! That was, it was so, I thought it was going to be DLC, but then they were like, nah, whole sequel, Majora's Mask, the story is going to be darker. Yes, let's go! B plus, Nintendo. Why B plus? Because I didn't feel like, while they did have some good surprises, it wasn't a consistent good all the way through. There were some weak points, but overall, I really enjoyed myself. Nintendo won E3. Oh, wait. I forgot one more. Sony, right? They, oh, wait. They didn't show up. Huh. Well, I mean, they must have so many good things at the Sony experience, right? Right, Sony? You got a lot of good games there, right? You don't just not have anything, and you just showed random trailers about games that nobody cares about except for the Iron Man VR game, which looked cool. But aside from that, I don't care if Sony's gonna have their thing maybe later. This is E3. They should have been at E3. I'm holding them personally responsible. It's all your fault, Sony. You ruined E3. Honestly, E3 did suck this year. Overall, I just didn't feel like anything really, like, there were some good games. Don't get me wrong, but overall, like, look at how many things I gave an F, a D, or a C. Nintendo was the only one I gave a B plus. It was really a shame, honestly. Well, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Abrupt ending. Dun dun dun.